Mr. Content here, y'all, aka Jim Jig, aka J Legend, aka the best in the business. Back with another episode, y'all. I'm here talking about Kiwi Ringo battling for that number one cornerback position. And also I'm gonna talk about Jalen Hurts taking this game to another level. Let's start with Kiwi Ringo. Yeah, Killy's been he been battling a lot of people in training camp, and you see the person that's most impressed by him is coordinator, defensive coordinator Vic Fangio. That's the guy he really gotta impress to get that starting job. Yeah, because that's the guy he gotta impress to really get that starting job. Because there's a Vic Fangio, yeah, ain't messing with you, then ain't nobody gonna mess with you on the defensive end. Because that's the guy that he really got them. But I believe Kelly Ringo gonna get the job. I think Kelly Ringo just need reps. That's all. Like, yeah, you see Brunson and Simone. They over there sleeping on Ringo, but I believe Ringo he gonna show and improve. I just believe he just needs to snaps. I think last year he just got a bad break. I think he ended up getting hurt. Yeah, and you seen Rodgers took his spot after that. Yeah, but Ringo, he keep impressing all training camp. He's gonna win that starting job. I believe he's gonna get it. He's gonna get the first crack at it. Even AJ Brown was impressed by him. He said he was shutting down AJ Brown. He's blanking at AJ Brown. And think about Ringo. Ringo's a really physical corner, and he got the speed to really go against them. A lot of them guys, and too, he's a Georgia guy, a Georgia Bulldog. Kelly Ringo, he could be consistent throughout the season. I believe they had like two lockdown corners going into the season. They defense to really be solidified. Yeah, I believe their defense would be solidified. So yeah, I'm kind of good on what corners we got. And I'm good on what corners we got. I like what we got, but I believe in Kelly Ringo. Like I said, you got other people that don't believe him. Other content creators, they don't believe him. But I believe in Kelly Ringo. I believe in him. So I believe he's going. They going to be really good this year. I believe they got a lot of depth. They even though they got a lot of unproven people, especially on the defensive line. Defensive line and but Jalen Hunt and Nolan Smith, I seen enough out of them that believe they be good starters. You don't know how deep the depth is until we get into the season. You don't know how deep it is until we get into the season. So we just got to see. We just have to see how deep we are. We just have to see how deep we are at the defensive line and how deep we are. I think we'd probably be okay at D tackle because they gonna have Jordan Davis start, and Jordan Davis at the end of the season, I seen him get better. He played cute ringo. Yeah, I seen Jordan Davis. I seen him get better at the end of the season. So I'm I'm pretty good on the D line and edge. The corner, yeah, you have Keely Ringo got to step up. Yeah, he's got to step up at corner. Yeah, he has to step up at corner. Yeah, but Kelly Ringo, I think Kelly win the job though. Yeah, but that's only you got to find out is what they got at depth on the edge and what they got at safety. That's it. And who's gonna step up at safety? They want Bakuba probably to be the starting safety, but that's the only thing they that's the only answer they gotta. And I think Kelly Ringo gonna win the job. I think he'd be just fine with more snaps. The next topic, you got Jalen Hurts. He's he stepped up his game because he's gonna continue the call the pass protections because it's basically Jalen Hurts offense. Yeah, it's still gonna be a Jalen Hurts, but I think this year they gonna be more heavier on the pass. I think they gonna throw it somewhere between 25 to 30 times a game. Yeah, and if they can have more of a balanced attack where they throwing the ball 25 times and passing the ball and running the ball 25 times and passing the ball 25 times, I think that's a recipe for success. Because you got to be a lot more balanced. And I believe that's more that's the formula. That was the formula to win the Super Bowl. They do the ball 25 times and they pass the ball 25 times, and that's what won them the Super Bowl. And that was the formula for them to win. That was a winning formula for them. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, I believe he's going to be a lot better in passing protection. He's going to be you're going to see them air it out a lot more because most teams going to be shifting to stop Saquon. So that's what you're going to really see from them. A lot of teams shifting to stop Saquon. A lot of teams, yeah, going to move. A lot of teams going to try to make Jalen Hurts beat him passing the ball, even though he proved that he can beat you passing the ball. So that's going to force a numbers to go up. And I believe they still going to run the ball 20 to 25 times a game. And I believe that's going to be a winning recipe for him to be more balanced. And this going to be the last topic. Hey, how the Eagles get back to the Super Bowl and they win the division. Like I said, they got to continue to be balanced. They got to be balanced like they was in the Super Bowl. Yeah, you run it 25, you pass it 25. That's their recipe for winning games. And that's how I see them winning a lot of games like that. And that's how I see they gonna really win. Cause I already said my prediction. I think they're gonna go 14-3 again. Cause I seen their team. Their team is deep. You got to see who's gonna be the third or fourth edge rusher, and who's gonna merge as. But I believe ringo gonna be the outside corner and starting outside corner outside of Quentin Mitchell. But outside of that, I believe they got everything. They got the linebacker help. They deep in linebacker. They drafted two linebackers in the draft, two inside linebackers. So they got a lot of depth there, and they also drafted edge rusher. They drafted everybody. They drafted more old linemen. They drafted the backup center. So they got they got a deep roster. They just gotta put it together going into the season. Who's who's gonna round out the roster? That's what they gotta see. They got all their core guys back. They gave Jordan Davis. Yeah, they get they gave they brought out his 5th-year option. They exercised his 5th-year option. So he got that 5th-year option on the table. They exercised his 5th-year option, so they opt into it. So he's gonna get that. I think he's gonna get what, like 8 million or something. Or 12 million. He's gonna get 12 million for his 5th year. But outside of that, yeah, they got all the tools. They get back to the Super Bowl. They got the same core guys. They just got some different people that got to step up, and you're gonna see more. Jordan Davis gonna be the full time guy. So that's what you're gonna see more of. But they got everything to, and I believe they're gonna be the first team in NFC East to win back to back division. I don't see how they not win, because if they don't win the division this year, it'd be a disappointment. You got the same core guys. You already been to the Super Bowl twice, so you know what it takes to win. You the defending champions. You got even though they got the target on their back, but they got what it takes, so they should take the division. I don't believe the Commanders is beat better than them. Dallas is definitely not. Giants is definitely not. So they got to do, but they got to put it out on the field. That's what they got to do. They got to put it all out on the field. But this is the Crown Prince of Com team. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Peace.